right, Justin, let's get things started. Sam Farmer, you're up.
Hey, Justin. I hope you're well. I'm interested in feet first sliding and baseball slides. And, do you ever consider those? Do you remember the last time you did feet first sliding versus diving versus trying to run over a guy?
Yeah, feet first sliding is probably the best option to go with. And I grew up playing baseball, so I feel like I'm pretty comfortable sliding. And it was a little tough on the grass. My cleats got stuck a little bit, but it's definitely something I've been practicing, and moving forward I'll be better about.
Do you feel like you have more control, sort of body control, diving? I've heard quarterbacks say that when they slide feet first, they're a little bit concerned about the head. Is that at all a concern for you?
I don't think so. I feel more comfortable sliding feet first. I think personally that's just the safer route, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So I think just personally I'm going feet first.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
Dennis Freeman.
Morning, Justin. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can you talk about, in terms of takeaways and giveaways, how important is it for the offense to continue to reduce the amount of turnovers?
Yeah, it's huge to protect the ball, and that's been a focus of this week. And we haven't done that in the past couple of weeks, and it's come back to bite us. And so it's been an emphasis of the practice this week. And I know that we're working hard to protect the ball, and it's always tough to give the ball away and expect to win. So definitely something that we're working on.
As a follow-up, can you talk about going up against Mahomes, then Brady, and now Drew Brees? What's that been like for you?
What a great opportunity. These are guys that I watched growing up, and they're the best of the best. And just to be on the other side of the field against them, it's a special opportunity to go play the game that I love.
Thank you.
Fernando.
Hey, Justin, Anthony told us on Wednesday that you'd be the official starter for the rest of the season. Can you tell us what that moment was like for you when Anthony or Pep or Shane told you that you were officially the starter for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it was really exciting. It was a moment that I've dreamed about ever since I was growing up, and I definitely feel for Tyrod, and he's been an incredible teammate throughout this entire process. And I know he's got the team's best interest in mind, and just like I've got his back, he's doing everything we can, and I'm just really excited to be here.
And just moving forward, what have you seen from the Saints on film, and kind of what have you noticed about their defense and some of the playmakers that they have back there?
They've got a really, really good defense, and it's one of those defenses that you have to watch as much film as you can. And we spent a good amount of time this week getting ready for a lot of the pressures they're going to bring, a lot of the coverages they're going to play, and they're really well coached. They've got some really athletic guys on that side of the ball, and so we got to do everything we can to execute and play football.
Thank you, Justin.
Cam.
Hey, Justin, thanks for making time for us. Will you talk about elaborate on your relationship with Keenan Allen and how that's developed from the time you got here? Was it just as simple as go make friends with the best receiver on the team?
That's always the plan. I didn't get to throw to Keenan as much as I would have liked, especially with no training camp and things like that. So we had to make some time this offseason to go throw all of the team together. So just being around him, getting the chance to throw to him these past couple of weeks have been awesome. And I know that when he's out on the field, he's going to go make a play.
Now that you've been named the starter, kind of what's been obviously you've been playing, but what's been the best advice you received this week since it kind of been official?
Just to go have fun, to not worry about making the perfect throw, just to go out there, relax, play the game that you love, and let everything else take care of itself.
And last one for me, as you see it, what is your biggest room for improvement?
Oh, a ton of things. I think stepping up in the pocket's been huge. Avoiding sacks, avoiding hits, getting the ball out quickly, finding checkdowns, getting out of looks that aren't favorable for a pass or a run. There are plenty of things that I can work on, and I'm still going to figure out and get better at.
Can't wait to see it. Thanks, Justin.
Joe.
Justin, knowing that it's your team now, with it being announced, is it more confidence, relief, a mixture of both?
I think one of the beautiful things about these past couple of weeks is I've prepared like I was the guy, and so I don't think we need to change anything, and the wins will come, and as long as we keep attacking, doing everything we can, good things will happen. And we're working really hard on the practice field. We're watching a lot of film. We're doing the right things, and I know that good things will come for our team.
And then that read option pitch that you guys ran early in the first quarter, I think on the first series, could you have made or called that type of play the first week against Kansas City, or is that just proof of how the playbook's expanded for you?
Was it an option keep that I kept, or I pitched it?
That you pitched.
I don't recall. I think it's one of those plays that we've carried over for the past couple of weeks. So I feel pretty comfortable with that. So I think we've done a good job of executing those plays.
But would it have been something that you could have run in the KC game, or is that just proof of how maybe things have expanded for you?
I think we did run a couple option plays in the Kansas City game.
Okay, thanks.
Chris Airy.
Hey, Justin, what we saw last week with the big plays to Parham and Guyton and Tyron, is that just a reflection of the chemistry that you built with those guys in training camp, being that you were primarily throwing to those guys in July and August?
Yeah, it's been awesome to see those guys step up, and we definitely needed that from them. And I know that all throughout camp, I knew that they were special players, and they were making plays all throughout camp, and all they needed was a shot. And when you put those guys in, they're going to make plays, and it was really cool to see that happen out on the field.
And last week, Coach mentioned just the work ethic that Tyron's put in to get elevated last wek. What have you seen from him personally, specifically these last couple of weeks, that allowed him to get elevated last week?
Do you mean Tyron Johnson?
Yep. T-Billy, I guess I should call him, right?
Yeah. No, he's just one of those guys that makes plays and works really hard on the practice field. And it's definitely come to him pretty well over these past couple of weeks. And he makes plays in practice. He shows up all over the place. And he's one of those guys you have to put out there. And when you put him in there, you just see how fast he is, and he's going to go make plays as well.
Thanks, Justin.
Jeff Miller.
Justin, you received a lot of attention this week about your performance under pressure when facing pressure last week. What do you attribute that to? Is it the courage? What does it take to just stand in there knowing that you're going to get hit?
I think a great offensive line. We've worked really hard these past couple of weeks of watching a lot of these protections, these pressures, and getting a good feel of what we're going to do and having a solid plan. And that's Coach Camp and Coach Dyke and Coach Ridgely. These guys putting together a great plan and knowing that we're going to be protected and having faith in the guys that you're throwing the ball to.
And Anthony told us, I'm sure he told you, that this is your team. You don't have to look over your shoulder. If you make a bad throw, you're not coming out, that kind of stuff. What did it mean to hear that? You know, they could have done this almost like a week-to-week thing, but to hear the head coach say, you know, just play your game. You don't have to worry about coming out. What does that mean?
It's a dream come true, and there's no better feeling of going out there and being relaxed and just going to play football. And I think that's when I'm at my best. Just enjoying the game, having fun, making plays. I think that's the best part about football.
Thank you.
Bob.
Hey, Justin, I want to follow up a little bit on sort of playing under pressure. You've performed really well when the protection has broken down, and you have the most yards of any quarterback in the league when under pressure, most completions in the league despite starting one less game. I mean, that was sort of a knock on you coming out of college that making decisions under duress. You've been really good at that. What has allowed you to make those good decisions and to play well when under pressure so far this season? Yeah, a solid game plan. Kind of like I said earlier, our coaches and our guys have put together a solid plan that we're going to follow, and we know that we're going to execute it. We're comfortable with the guys that we have out on the field, and it's trust in your offensive line, your receivers, that they're going to step up and go make plays.
Last two for you, Justin. Gilbert, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, playing on Monday Night Football and in prime time, what does that mean to you?
It's a great opportunity. It's one of those things that I grew up watching Monday Night Football games and just dreamed about being out there, and the chance to go play the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. It doesn't get any better than that.
Have you ever gotten a chance to talk to Drew Brees or met him in years past?
I have not, unfortunately.
And Justin, I guess, do you ever have like motivations to kind of prove people wrong or the draft experts wrong? Do you kind of play with stuff like that in your mind?
I think there's a part of it, but I've done a pretty good job of kind of avoiding the noise and just focusing on this building and this program and what we're doing here. But just going out at the end of the day, having fun and doing the things that I love.
Did it bother you that you were the third quarterback taken in the draft at all?
It's been an honor to be drafted by the Los Angeles Chargers, and I don't think there's a better place for me. And kind of like I said earlier, excited to be here, and I'm willing to get better. And I know that I'm going to do everything I can to be the best teammate, quarterback for this team.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, last one, Fernando.
Justin, for you, as a kid, writing that you wanted to be a Los Angeles Charger ever since you were a kid, and now you're a Charger, you're the Charger starting quarterback for the rest of the season. Just what has that meant for you? I mean, looking back at where you started as a little kid to now being the starting guy.
It's a sign of all the hard work that we've put in over the years. I have to thank all the coaches and teammates along the way, and it's been quite the journey to get here. It hasn't been easy by any means, but now the work begins, and working hard, continuing to work hard, watch film, prepare, do things right on and off the field, and good things will come for our team.
What did your family have to say when you let them know that you would be the starter for the rest of the season, or you're the starter now?
They were just really excited, proud, and just really looking forward to watching play some more football.
And lastly, what have you learned about yourself in the 30 games that you've faced the Chiefs, the Panthers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What have you learned about yourself as a player, as a quarterback, and ultimately as an NFL player?
I think I belong out here. I think kind of like I said earlier, you do things right on and off the field. You prepare, you work hard, you eat the right food, you work hard in the weight room, and good things will happen. And it's unfortunate we haven't won any of the past three, but I know they're coming. If we keep working hard and doing things the right way, good things will happen for us.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right, Justin. Thanks for the time. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy